Hi Libra, welcome to your reading for May. So this reading is for Libra, any Libra placement really, but Libra Sun, Libra Rising, Libra Moon, Libra Stelliums. If you know your personal planets like Mars, Venus, Mercury, you could have a look at those too. I find they add something else to your reading. Okay, well, there's an ending happening anyway, a big ending or a letting go of something. There's an eclipse in Scorpio on May 5th. So it's a South Node eclipse, meaning letting go of something from the past, or letting go of something, yeah. Allowing something to be let go of so that something else can move in. I just did Virgo's reading too, and they had this as well, the world, or the, this big letting go energy. A new start is coming. Yeah, it's similar in that the fact that I don't know if you've gone through an ending or are going through an ending, or if this is coming up for you. But you've been in the void or are coming out of the void. There's just a bit of patience that needs to happen because the new start is coming. But there's this patience in the middle here. This kind of this hanged muse, as it's called in this deck, which is not right now. Just hang in there, just kind of give it a chance. You just have to be patient with this. I feel like you are in the void, but you see this new start is coming here. And then you're going to be like racing off into the night. It looks like you've got fireworks behind you. This is the night of inspiration or the night of wands. It's really impassioned or empowered, and it's like inspired. It's movement, action, just going towards what you want. Yeah, it lights you up all over, and there's kind of like no stopping you. I don't know where you're going or what this is about, what you've closed off or are closing off, and what you're waiting for. There could be something around a money, job, your possessions or property or something like that. But we'll have a look, because this is the page of materials or the page of pentacles, which is all about like your money and your job, anything in the physical realm. But it looks like it's something that's growing. It's in its infancy, but you're passionate about it, so it's growing. But we'll double check that. And here's an ending again, the Ten of Voices, which is the Ten of Swords. It's the ending. It's been a hard kind of a road, it seems. I don't see this very, I think that's behind you. Like this difficult time, this difficult period that you've had, Libra. I think that's behind you. And now it's just about this allowing this new start to come. So allowing yourself to receive, knowing you deserve all good in your life. You are grateful for things to come your way. You are open to receive. Yeah, it's like about, this isn't, the Hanged Muse doesn't want you to force anything to happen, even though you might want to run off and start things. It's not yet the time. It's just to hang in there and wait and allow things to come to you. Like the path is going to open up in front of you, and it's a path full of like abundance and growth. Like these two are very earthy, and there's a lot of like abundance here. There's a lot of growth here. There's a lot of like, yeah, there's life here. And it's very tangible, whatever it is. But it's a big thing for you to kind of hang in there and wait, because it seems like you kind of want to get started. I'm gonna just see what else we can say about this. The 8th house. So personal power, the mysteries of life, a major change. Yeah, it is a major change. This can be to do with the occult as well. And it can also be to do with other people's resources. It can also be to do with kind of like death. But that's more in the, it's not like death. It's like a letting go death. Yeah, the other people's resources, it can be stuff to do with like kind of like loans you have from the bank, your partner's finances or family finances. It can be like debt also, taxes, that kind of thing. Are you, after finishing a job maybe and getting and waiting for severance or something, but you can't, you want it now and it's not coming yet, or something like this? Um, we'll have a look and see if there's more we can see about this. Or like you're waiting for a tax rebate, or you're waiting for, yeah, I don't know. I feel it kind of more, you've definitely ended something, could be like retirement for some, and waiting for a retirement payment, or waiting for something to take off. I don't know what you're waiting for. And more about the, so there's two threes here, like with 21 and 12, so they're like flipped, and they're 3 and 3, and 3 is all about like teamwork and growth. So you've got the growth here, and here. You've also got the like teamwork and others, which is funny because there's no other people around you here. You seem to be alone in this, but yet then you have the 8th house, which is other people's resources. Can be other people's resources, or else this is just the change, this change, coming out of one maybe period of your life which was quite difficult, or it was a painful ending, or else the period was quite difficult, or could be to do with something to do with like yeah, like tarot, or kind of the occult, or something along those lines. A new beginning, is that a new interest, or you're going into, I'm not sure, going into that area of study or something. We'll go and see what the world has to say. What is this ending? Can we have more about the ending for Virgo? Yeah, so you weren't sure what to do. So maybe this ending hasn't come yet. You weren't sure what to do. There was a decision to be made, but you kind of like not sure which way to go. The ending has happened, or is happening, but you were a bit unsure about this ending. It could go either way, or you weren't sure to end it, or if it should end. It was kind of a risk to end this, or it's risky that this has ended. But there's a lot of thoughts here. There's a lot of action here. There's a lot of, something's moving quite. Was the ending quite quick, or you decided to leave something quite quickly? But now you're stuck in this kind of holding position, this kind of waiting pattern. Even though you were indecisive about it, the ending, I think, came quite quick, or it was sudden, or you decided quite quickly, or it was taken from you quite quickly, whatever this was. Okay, so it's the 5 of Cups, which is kind of disappointment, 7 of Cups, which is confusion, and the Tower, which is destruction. So the Hound, under the Hound, you're waiting because you're still disappointed, or you're still looking back at something in the past that was disappointing, or someone or something that let you down, or the situation didn't turn out how you wanted it to. Something didn't turn out how you wanted it to. and you didn't know what to do. You don't know what to do about that, or didn't know what to do about that. You're confused by that. It's like confusion here. But this did bring an end to something. Are you still kind of confused as to why it ended? Is that why you're kind of in this holding pattern? Because you're just still looking back at why this ended and kind of being like, you're just confused by what happened. But it needed to fall away. Like, that's what the tower is. The tower is, it needs to fall away. It wasn't built on a solid foundation anyway, so it needed to leave. It needed to go. It needed to be dismantled so that you can build something new. Are you waiting for like the green light to come in? What is the green light though? This is the 8th house. So, I mean, I don't really think this or get this from it. Since it's the house of death, I don't see how there's life there, but some astrologers do say, particularly modern ones say, that this is to do with sex. I guess sex to do with kind of like power or something. It could be like sexual relations or intimacy. It is a very intimate house. It is very like getting under the skin into the nitty gritty of something or someone. Has some relationship ended? There's not an awful lot giving me a relationship here, but then you have that other person over here and you're Libra. So there's always kind of, not another person, but you're always kind of maybe thinking of others in some way, shape, or form, or being influenced by them. Okay, we'll just see. What are you waiting for? What is this inspiration that you're waiting for? Okay, to be free of something. To be free of something. To be free of this toxic There's like being hurt under here, heartache under here. This could be a relationship, but it doesn't. It feels like a very confusing relationship. And are you just getting your stability back after that? Is this Queen of Pentacles the person that you've been attached to and you're waiting? The inspiration is that you're going to be no longer attached to them and no longer fighting and squabbling and not sure which direction to go. I mean, it doesn't mean there wasn't. If this is a relationship, it doesn't mean there wasn't a whole pile of love there, but I'm just not seeing it. I think now in the state that it's in, it doesn't feel very kind of loving or healthy in the state that it's in. I mean, these are lovely cards up the top here, but then you've got this thing all underneath that that's a little confusing, and it's hard, but I guess that's your, where did that come out? Page of Voices. The Ten of Voices, like that, something difficult has ended and you've lost your stability or something. You've lost your grounding or lost your footing. So you're trying to wait until you've regained some kind of composure from it. But the new start is coming like a major change, but you have to allow it to come in. So the Page of Voices was just under this, and I wouldn't normally pick it out, but it just kind of showed itself. And the Page of Voices can be a message from someone or a conversation with someone. Just going to see who is the Queen of Pentacles. It's the Queen of Pentacles that you want to be free from. Oh, it is a love. It is a relationship. Okay, a relationship that kind of, it went as far as it could go. There was kind of like no more growth there, or you were kind of stuck, or someone was stuck. Yeah, it wasn't very nurturing. That tree is a bit worse for wear. It didn't allow you grow, or you weren't allowed to grow, but it started off promising for sure. And it started off very very loving, and maybe you saw the person as kind of like, oh, this might be the person for me. But it just kind of stopped short. But there's a lot of growth coming here. So it seems like this is a relationship, and that, or this was a relationship, and that the reason that you're waiting, the reason that you're in this holding pattern is to heal, or to, you're still trying to make sense of the ending and why it ended. I mean, it's not an awful relationship. It doesn't look like it's awful, but there was, you didn't really see eye to eye on things, on where your future was. And there could have been some kind of like toxic behavior, because the devil is here upside down or in the reverse, and that's you'll be, once you're free from this addiction to this person, or this relationship, or relationships, or if it's something else, then you'll be able to move forward and gain your own stability and grounding to create something for yourself. Something will start happening. Anything else that Libra needs to know? Oh, 2 cards. The Tower again. The Tower was necessary. Like, the Tower was necessary, but you're kind of holding on to the Tower. This needed to fall away. This needed to break down. This needed to crumble. But you're holding on to it in your subconscious, or else you're not sure why it crumbled. And I think that's what's keeping you stuck here in this holding pattern, and why you can't move forward yet. But the new start is coming. You just have to allow it. This could have been, this could have been out of the blue, this ending for you. And so that's why you're still stuck on the actual destruction of it, and asking why, and just being confused about it. And obviously that has its place and time, and you need to go through that and process that. But once you do, like, just allow everything to come that's coming. Like, allow those feelings to come, allow them to surface. Yeah. And the goddess of compassion. So self-criticism is diminishing your sense of self-worth, and that's really what it is. I think there's hurt and there's confusion, and kind of not being able to move forward after this relationship seems to have ended. But it's to be compassionate with yourself about it. If you were blindsided, like, maybe you're asking yourself, oh, I should have seen the signs, or I don't understand what happened, or why me, or whatever, and kind of berating yourself for something that you did. This 100% needed to be deconstructed, because something else is coming. There's a new life coming. There's a new start coming. It wasn't really feeding you, or it wasn't going to feed you any further. So the goddess of compassion, which is beautiful as lilac. I always think lilac. I always think of Libra. And you have it here with the new star coming, with the new moon. It's to just be nice to yourself, and be kind to yourself, and to allow whatever feelings come, but not to berate yourself for maybe being stuck in them for a while. But in doing so, to not, be so harsh with yourself, and to tell yourself you love yourself, and like, wake up and look in the mirror and do that, or try and catch yourself with negative self-talk. and transform it into positive. Like, you know, even just waking up in the morning and just going, I love you. And like that could be it, like baby steps or whatever. Because endings are really, really hard. Like, so that's it, Libra. Um, I hope you got something from that. I think the main message is just to allow, allow, and be compassionate with yourself. Thank you.